Hey guys, I'm the 50s Kid. This is a 2004 BMW X3, and as you see, the window is down. We can't put it back up because the window regulator is bad, and I'm going to show you how to change it in this video. So let's get started. So of course the car has a dead battery, but I've got my Noco Genius Boost going, so we've got some power. Let me show you that the window regulator is in fact bad. Okay, so here's how you know if you need a window regulator. When you try the button, you hear that crunching? You can hear the motor going, but you hear this sort of crunching kind of sound. What's happened is that it's sort of a bicycle cable that's inside of a metal frame with wheels on it and stuff, and that's what moves the window up and down. The wheels like to break off, and then the little bicycle cable kind of comes off, and it just gets wound around things, and it gets all crunchy and crunched up, and it just doesn't work anymore. So all you need to do is just change that window regulator. They're pretty cheap. They're, around like 30, 35 bucks, something like that. So this is what the window regulator actually looks like, and this is that bicycle cable I was talking about. It's just like that typical stranded cable that they use in the brakes on for like bicycle brake cables. And you can see there's wheels down here, and they go around the wheels, and what happens is they just slip off the wheels break because they're plastic, and then it just gets all bound up and stuff, and then you can't move it up and down anymore. So that's what's happened. This is just part of owning an older car. The window regulator on the other side also doesn't work, but at least the window's stuck in the up position. Usually door cards are held on with some bolts, and they're usually little covers. I can see one down here. I think they already kind of tried to pull it off. I'm going to try myself. I'm just trying to be gentle with it. Okay, yeah, this is a non-marring pry tool. It's like a plastic trim pulling tool. So that one just kind of pops straight out. You can see that it just kind of snaps in. So I can see a bolt in there. It's going to be a Torx bolt. And I can see another little cover right here. So we'll need to kind of pry that one out. And I want to do that in such a way that I don't really damage it. I'm just trying to be as gentle as I can. Okay, so I got that out so we can see that other Torx bolt in there. I bought a set of these long Torx bits, and they're a 3/8 drive. Nico makes them, and they're like 15 bucks. It was really, really great, and they're good so far. They haven't twisted or damaged or broken, so yeah, I believe it's like S2 steel, which is the best that you can get, impact resistant and such. So that's really nice. I kind of highly recommend it. I'll put a link to this in the description if you guys are interested. So looks like that's a T30. So we're just going to use this. Okay, it doesn't want to come out. Magnet might help. I'm going to pull this out here. There we go. Always good to keep a magnet around. And I do believe that is it for this one. So what's left are going to be these little plastic rivets, which are probably going to break. It's just how it goes. I would expect it to be a little looser at this point. You can always kind of tell. Either the rivets are just really, really tight on here, or I am missing a bolt somewhere. I'm wondering if maybe there is another bolt somewhere. No, it feels just a little too solid. I'm just wondering if we need to pull this off at all. Okay, I'm going to do this. Yeah, definitely. There are definitely more bolts in here. So that's what you had to do. And that's kind of, sometimes there's just a little trick like that. Sometimes they hide it behind the button. Sometimes they hide it behind a piece of trim like that. So it's just more T30s. Definitely needed this long thing. Definitely. So now Now it's basically fallen off. And that's kind of, that's where you want it to be. You want it to be sort of fallen off. That's how you know you've got all the bolts out. So I'm going to unplug this speaker. And you just have to pull this out. And we've got another plug here that's going to be for the button. You can just unplug that. And we are out. Now it looks like this plastic actually should have come out along with the door card. It looks like it has actually kind of detached. The glue has come off of it. This piece too fell out, and there's another piece down here, same situation. Those were supposed to come out with the door card. Typically they do. Yours probably will. Looks like we have some adhesion problems with the glue on this one, but it's not a big deal. We can re-glue these things back on. I'm just going to pull this off anyway. Okay. We'll get that off. Looks like this wants to rotate on us, so we'll have to be aware of that when we put this back on. This one also was a problem. So somebody has definitely been in here before because this is already peeled back. So that is interesting. Typically you find that, you know, someone's already been in here. It's kind of, just depends on the age of the vehicle. About half and half I find that somebody's already been in there and, you know, the window regulator's failing again. Okay, looks like we have to unplug this. Okay, and we'll just remember these go through these holes. This is a vapor barrier. Very important that you put this back in. The glue that they use is reusable, as long as you don't mess it up. I think they sort of, I don't know, man. Typically, yeah, I guess that is the glue. Okay, so it's fine. We're just gonna pull it back, pull it down, so that's kind of out of the way. So we have access. You can see the window regulators in here, right here. There's a bolt here, and there's going to be a bolt underneath. You know, I could choose to pull this thing off all the way, but there's no point, you know. I'll just get the bolt out from down there. There's another one right here. And first we're going to take the motor off. It looks like we got 3 bolts holding the motor on. We will unplug it. There's just a little tab in the back. Okay. We've got that off. So let's proceed to take the motor out. We're going to have to get this bolt out as well. T25s. Nope, that just came right off. Okay. And you can see where the problem is. That's not supposed to be like that. So these should be 10s. Now, as far as the window goes, the window is going to be held on to the regulator. There should be a little bolt, and typically you have to sort of move it to a specific spot so you can actually get access to the bolt that holds it on. And typically there's a bolt that holds it on. I don't know if there is one with this. It could be that the window just snaps down in and you just have to move this back. See, there's a little tab sticking down right here. We can see that. A little tab sticking down that probably just engages in a little hole in the glass. So if we just pull this back, we should be able to get it out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll try to use my prying tool to get in there, pry that plastic back. There we go. Got it. So I'm just going to put the window all the way up. Looks like it's going to hold itself in place. We should just be able to get this window regulator out of here. You have to just get the bolts out. And there we go. Oh, we need that too. So there is our bad regulator. And you can see exactly what I said. Cable comes off the little wheels and they break. So looks like we got a little zip tie right here that we need to cut. Get out of there. And we can just install the thing. Little plastic cap over the stud right there. Only one for some reason. The other studs were exposed. A little strange. Gotta get it in front of the window because the window goes down behind it. Okay. Pops through there, and then down there. Rear windows are nice. They usually don't need any alignment with the regulators. On the front window regulators, you're going to have two legs. One metal leg right here and another one over here. And sometimes you'll have to shift them around. There'll be a little bit of play in one of the bolts so that you can align things properly so that the window goes up nice and smooth. But the rear ones are actually like much simpler. So now we're going to drop our glass down and get it hooked in. Okay. And I guess if you move the glass up, at least on this regulator, you can actually, there's a little access panel and you can see that little thing that you need to push in. So that's typically what you need to do with these. You need to sort of move them into just the right position where you can, usually it's a bolt that is bolting them to the regulator. This one, there's a little access panel here. There must have been that on the other one and I just wasn't looking. So it'll be a little easier if you just kind of get it aligned right with the access hole and then push in on the little thing and it'll come loose that way. So now let's get our motor back on. You can see when the bolts stop. If you just kind of go in little bits, you can see when the bolts stop. If you're not super confident with one of these, just use a normal ratchet and you'll kind of feel when they stop. You'll feel when things are on. Snap back into place there. We can just go ahead and put this back on. Pretty sure it'll work just fine. I don't mean the door card, I mean the vapor barrier. We're going to test it. But I think we can put this back on. Actually, hold on. There was this snapped in right down here. Forgot about that. I think our Noco timed out. No, our Noco ran out of power because it was just charging the battery that whole time. Duh. I should have turned it off. So I do have this other Adu jump pack with me. They just sent this out to me. This is like the bigger one. Sent it out to me again. So I'll try this one. I was using it earlier, and the only thing is, to use it to sort of power up the car like this for long periods of time, it's not good for that because it just kind of times out after 30 seconds or so. But it should be enough time to check this window and make sure it works. Okay, I do believe we have some power. Let's test that out. Hey, look at that. It works. It's probably not aligned quite correctly. Either that or we just need a little A little grease. You know what? Let's loosen that up. Let's loosen up those bolts and see if there is maybe a slight amount of wiggle room. Let's see if we can get it to be just a little better. I mean, there's pretty much there's no wiggle room really. Let's test that again. Oh, she timed out. I suppose that's a good thing in a way. It helps you save the battery. Yeah, I think that's better. You know what? I'm happy with that. So, cool. I think that's done. Okay, so it's just a matter of putting this all back together. Looks like this probably would have stuck on down here or something like that. Okay, these go in the door. This is going to go up here like that. And that's it. So what I should have done was I should have left these stuck in where they were. So I think this one is here. They can just stay there. This one was down here. It looks like it goes here. That. Looks like another one of these fell off. I don't know if this is a common X3 problem or if it's just this particular X3. Looks like this one came off of this side here. That's a shame. I don't have any glue available right now. My buddy's not home. It's just me here. So I will just put these sort of back on now, and I will re-glue this stuff at a later date. We'll just have to do our best here. Okay. Pop this in. Now hopefully I can get this in at all. This might be rather difficult. You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna have to leave this door panel off just for right now. I think it's gonna be a little bit too much of a struggle to get it back in with all the stuff that's wrong with it. Really? With all the stuff that's wrong with it. I think if I just go ahead and come back, or, actually basically what we'll do is we'll fix it once we get this car back to my place. Just leave the stuff back here. Tuck that right there. We should be all right. I think you guys get it if you are following along with how to actually fix one of these. You should be able to tell how to put that back together pretty easily. So what I'll probably do is I'll take that door card home with me, glue those things back on. That way it's all ready to go when I come back and we tow this thing back to my house. I'll just pop it on real quick. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. I'm the 50s Kid. Thanks a lot for watching.